When people doubt you, it's easy to feel hurt, discouraged, or even broken. But what if that doubt could be transformed into something powerful, something that doesn't tear you down, but lifts you higher? That's where your strength begins. Doubt is not a sign of weakness. It's a challenge in disguise, a hidden fire waiting to be lit. Every time someone says, "You can't," what they're really doing is handing you a spark. And when you collect enough of those sparks, you build a flame that no one can put out. Think about it. The most powerful motivation often comes from the moments when you're underestimated. Those quiet times when people laugh behind your back, when they whisper that you'll never make it, that you're wasting your time, that you're not enough. These moments sting. They can shake you. But they can also awaken something deep within you. The part of you that refuses to accept defeat. The part that says, "Watch me." Doubt becomes your fuel not when you let it consume you, but when you use it to prove yourself right. The world is full of people who never even try, not because they're incapable, but because someone told them they couldn't. Don't let that be you. Every time someone questions your dream, your ability, your vision, they're giving you a test. You can either accept their verdict and shrink, or you can rise and become something they never saw coming. There's a certain kind of beauty in being doubted. It means you get to surprise people. It means you get to walk into a room and flip the story upside down. It's not about revenge, and it's not about needing validation. It's about turning rejection into momentum. You'll stumble. You'll hear more no's than yeses. But each of those setbacks is just more fuel. More reason to keep going, because when you finally do rise, when you finally prove them wrong, the victory will be so much sweeter, not just because of where you ended up, but because of everything you had to push through to get there. There's something deeply powerful about resilience. It's built in silence, behind closed doors, when nobody is clapping for you. It's in the long nights, the early mornings, the quiet decisions to keep going when no one's watching. That's where greatness is made, not in the spotlight, but in the shadows, where you face your own doubts, carry the weight of others' disbelief, and still choose to believe in yourself. And one day, those same people who doubted you, they'll look back and wonder how you did it. They'll be forced to see that their opinions didn't define your destiny. You did. Your drive, your choices, your fight. Doubt was never your weakness. It was your beginning. So let them talk, let them doubt, let them question you, because every time they do, they're handing you another piece of the fire you'll use to burn brighter than they ever imagined. You don't have to shout back. You don't have to prove anything right now. Just keep moving, keep building, keep showing up, and when the time comes, let your success be the loudest response they'll ever hear. Let doubt fuel you, not stop you. Let it lift you, not break you. Because the greatest victories often begin with someone saying, "You'll never make it." And the greatest champions are the ones who quietly replied, "Watch me." Your past, with all its mistakes, failures, and hardships, does not define who you are or who you can become. It's easy to feel trapped by the weight of what's already happened. The wrong choices, the missed opportunities, the moments you wish you could undo. But the truth is, your past is not a prison, it's a foundation. What you build on it next is entirely up to you. Many people carry around the burden of their history, letting it shape their self, worth, and their expectations for the future. They replay moments of failure over and over in their minds, convinced those moments are proof they can't change. But holding onto your past like that is like reading the first chapter of a book and deciding you don't want to see the ending. Your story is not finished, and you have the power to turn the page at any time. Think about the people you admire, successful, happy, fulfilled people. Almost none of them started with perfect circumstances. Many came from difficult backgrounds, made big mistakes, or faced huge obstacles. But what separates them is that they didn't let their past mistakes become a permanent label. Instead, they saw those moments as lessons, as stepping stones, as proof that they were strong enough to learn, grow, and change. Your past is a teacher, not a sentence. Every experience you've had, good or bad, adds to your wisdom, your empathy, and your strength. You have the ability to take those lessons and use them to shape a better future. It's not about erasing what happened. It's about transforming it into something meaningful. That's the true power of resilience. You might have regrets, and that's okay. Regret shows that you care, that you want better for yourself, but regret shouldn't keep you stuck. It should motivate you to move forward, to make choices today that will lead you to a different tomorrow. The moment you decide that your past does not define you is the moment you reclaim your life and your potential. It's important to forgive yourself. Self-forgiveness is one of the most powerful tools for moving on. When you forgive yourself for past mistakes, you release the heavy burden of guilt and shame that holds you back. You allow yourself to heal and open up to new possibilities. Remember, you are human. Imperfection is part of the journey, not the end of it. Your identity is not tied to the mistakes you made years ago or even yesterday. It's tied to who you are now, what you believe in, and the actions you take moving forward. You can reinvent yourself at any time. You can become the person you want to be no matter where you've been. That's the beauty of life. It's full of second chances, new beginnings, and endless opportunities to rewrite your story. The past can't control your future unless you let it. The only thing you truly own is the present moment, the choices you make right now. Each step forward is a chance to prove to yourself that you are more than your history. You are capable of growth, change, and success. Don't wait for permission or for the perfect moment. Start today with what you have where you are. In fact, some of your greatest strengths might have come from the struggles in your past. Those hard times taught you resilience, patience, and courage. They may have shaped your character in ways you didn't realize. Instead of seeing your past as a setback, see it as preparation for the greatness that lies ahead. Remember, your past is a chapter, not the whole book. What you do next is what truly defines you. So, choose to move forward with hope and determination. Let go of what no longer serves you and embrace the endless possibilities of your future. You have the power to create a life that reflects who you really are: strong, capable, and unstoppable. Criticism is something everyone faces at some point in life. Whether it comes from friends, family, colleagues, or strangers, hearing negative feedback can sting deeply. It's natural to feel defensive, hurt, or even doubt yourself when people point out your flaws or question your abilities. But what if criticism could become a source of strength rather than a source of pain? What if you could learn to turn every negative comment into a powerful boost of confidence that propels you forward instead of holding you back? The key lies in changing your perspective. Criticism isn't always about tearing you down. Sometimes it's an opportunity to grow. When you learn to separate helpful feedback from baseless negativity, you start to see criticism as a tool rather than a weapon. This shift allows you to take what's useful, improve yourself, and build an unshakable belief in your potential. First, it's important to listen carefully and honestly to what's being said. Often, criticism contains a kernel of truth that you might overlook when you react emotionally. By focusing on that truth, you give yourself a chance to identify areas where you can improve, whether it's a skill, attitude, or approach. Instead of feeling attacked, you feel challenged, a challenge you can meet with determination and effort. Not all criticism is constructive, and some people may criticize out of jealousy, insecurity, or misunderstanding. Learning to recognize the difference is essential. Constructive criticism is specific, focused on behavior or results, and aimed at helping you improve. Negative or destructive criticism is vague, personal, and designed to undermine your confidence. When you filter out the unhelpful noise, you protect your self-esteem while still gaining valuable insight. The next step is to transform the energy from criticism into motivation. Every time someone doubts you or points out your flaws, Remind yourself that their opinion does not define you. Instead, let their doubt ignite a fire within you, a desire to prove them wrong by showing what you're truly capable of. This is how criticism becomes confidence, when you channel the emotional sting into positive action. Building confidence from criticism also requires patience and self-compassion. Growth takes time, and nobody is perfect. You might not get everything right on the first try, and that's okay. Each attempt is a learning experience that brings you closer to your goals. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small, and be kind to yourself during setbacks. This mindset strengthens your resilience and makes your confidence more authentic and lasting. Another powerful way to turn criticism into confidence is by developing a strong sense of self-awareness. Knowing your values, strengths, and goals helps you stay grounded even when others question you. When your sense of worth comes from within, external criticism loses its power to shake you. Instead, you become open to feedback without losing sight of your unique talents and vision. Surrounding yourself with supportive people who believe in you also makes a huge difference. While criticism can be hard to face alone, having a circle of encouragement reminds you of your worth and helps balance out negativity. These people can offer constructive feedback with kindness and help you see your potential when self-doubt creeps in. Over time, as you practice turning criticism into confidence, you'll notice a shift in how you approach challenges. Instead of fearing judgment or avoiding risks, you embrace opportunities to learn and grow. You become someone who sees criticism not as a threat, but as a stepping stone on the path to success. Your confidence doesn't come from being perfect. It comes from knowing that you are capable of improving and overcoming obstacles. In the end, criticism is inevitable, but how you respond to it is your choice. By learning to listen carefully, filter wisely, use feedback as motivation, and cultivate self-awareness and support, you transform criticism from a source of doubt into a wellspring of confidence. This transformation empowers you to keep moving forward, stronger and more determined than ever before. There's a unique kind of satisfaction that comes from proving your doubters wrong, not through words or arguments, but through success. When people criticize you, doubt your abilities, or underestimate your potential, the most powerful response you can give is to let your achievements do the talking. Silence them with success. This is not just a catchy phrase. It's a mindset, a strategy, and a way of living that transforms negativity into unstoppable momentum. When others speak against you, it's easy to get caught up in trying to explain yourself or defend your dreams. But words alone rarely change minds. People who doubt you are often not interested in listening. Their skepticism comes from their own fears or limitations. Instead of wasting your energy arguing, focus on what truly matters, your progress and your results. Success speaks a universal language that no amount of criticism can drown out. Success isn't about showing off or proving superiority. It's about fulfilling your potential and living your truth. When you dedicate yourself to your goals with passion and perseverance, you create undeniable evidence of your worth. Every milestone you reach, every obstacle you overcome, and every skill you master is a testament to your resilience and determination. These achievements quietly but powerfully challenge the assumptions others made about you. Silencing others with success requires patience and persistence. It doesn't happen overnight. You might face setbacks, criticism, and doubt for a long time before your efforts start to show visible results. But every small step forward adds up. Every late night, every extra effort, and every lesson learned brings you closer to the moment when your success can no longer be ignored. In that moment, the noise of negativity fades away, replaced by respect and admiration. One of the greatest benefits of silencing critics through success is that it shifts the focus away from negativity to positivity. When you succeed, you inspire others. You become proof that obstacles can be overcome and dreams can be realized. Your journey becomes a source of hope and motivation, not only for yourself, but for those who may be struggling to believe in their own potential. In this way, success becomes a form of leadership, quietly guiding others to find their own strength. Success builds confidence in a way that words never can. When you accomplish your goals, you internalize your capabilities. You no longer need external validation to feel worthy. Your confidence becomes self-sustaining because it's rooted in real achievement. This kind of confidence is unshakable and helps you face future challenges with greater courage and resilience. It's important to remember that success looks different for everyone. It's not always about fame, money, or public recognition. Sometimes success is personal growth, overcoming a fear, mastering a new skill, or simply staying committed to your values. Whatever success means to you, use it as a tool to demonstrate your strength. When you live authentically and strive for your own vision of success, you create a powerful response to any criticism. Silencing others with success also protects your mental and emotional well-being. Engaging in endless debates or trying to convince everyone of your worth can be draining and distracting. Instead, channel that energy into productive actions. Focus on what you can control: your effort, your attitude, and your dedication. This focus reduces stress and keeps you aligned with your goals. In the end, success is the ultimate form of validation, not because it makes others like you or admire you, but because it proves to yourself what you are capable of. When you achieve your goals despite the doubters, you affirm your own strength and resilience. You send a clear message to the world and to yourself that you will not be defined or limited by anyone's doubts or negativity. So, next time someone doubts your dreams or questions your abilities, remember that silence them with success is more than a clever phrase. It's a powerful way of life. Keep working, keep striving, and let your accomplishments speak louder than any criticism. In time, your success will not only silence the skeptics, but also open doors to new opportunities and inspire others to believe in their own potential. In life, one of the most important truths to understand is that the need to prove yourself should first and foremost be for your own benefit, not to satisfy the expectations or judgments of others. Too often, people get caught up in the pressure of seeking approval from friends, family, colleagues, or society at large. They chase validation and recognition, hoping to silence critics or gain acceptance. But the most meaningful and lasting kind of proof comes from within. It comes from believing in yourself and your capabilities, regardless of external opinions. Proving it to yourself first means that your journey is personal. It's about setting your own standards, defining your own goals, and measuring your success based on your own growth and values. When you focus on proving something to yourself, you free yourself from the exhausting and often impossible task of trying to please everyone else. Instead, you redirect your energy toward what truly matters: your own self, worth, and fulfillment. This mindset shift is empowering because it puts you in control. Instead of letting other people's doubts or criticisms dictate how you feel or what you do, you become your own source of motivation. You work hard and persevere not because you're trying to prove the naysayers wrong, but because you want to show yourself what you are capable of achieving. This kind of internal motivation is stronger and more sustainable than any external pressure. When you prove it to yourself first, you also develop a deeper sense of confidence. Confidence built on internal validation is more resilient. It doesn't crumble when faced with setbacks or criticism because it is rooted in your own experience and belief. You have seen your own effort and progress, and that knowledge gives you a solid foundation to keep moving forward, even when the world doubts you. This approach also encourages honesty and self-reflection. When you're focused on proving it to yourself, you're more likely to set realistic goals that align with your values and passions rather than chasing what others expect from you. You become more aware of your strengths and weaknesses, which helps you grow in a balanced and authentic way. Instead of pretending or hiding, you embrace who you are and work on becoming the best version of yourself. Another benefit of proving it to yourself first is that it reduces fear. Fear of failure, rejection, or judgment often holds people back from trying or taking risks. But when your validation comes from within, you're less afraid of making mistakes because you know that your worth is not tied to a single outcome. You see failure as a part of the learning process and a step toward your personal growth, rather than a reflection of your value as a person. Proving it to yourself creates a powerful ripple effect. When you believe in yourself and achieve your goals for your own sake, your confidence naturally shines through. Others notice your authenticity and determination, and your success becomes an inspiration without you having to shout about it. Your self-assuredness invites respect and admiration, making external validation less necessary. It's important to remember that this journey is ongoing. Proving it to yourself is not a one-time event, but a lifelong process. You'll face new challenges, doubts, and moments of insecurity along the way, but each time you overcome those, you reinforce your belief in yourself. Each victory, big or small, becomes a building block of your self-esteem and resilience. The most meaningful proof is the one that comes from your own heart and mind. When you work hard, push through obstacles, and achieve your goals for yourself, you cultivate a deep and lasting sense of pride and fulfillment. You don't just prove to yourself that you can do it, you prove that you deserve your dreams and that your potential is limitless. So, focus on proving it to yourself first, set your own goals, celebrate your progress, and trust your journey. When you do this, external doubts and criticisms lose their power, and you become unstoppable, driven by a confidence that comes from within. This is the kind of proof that lasts a lifetime. Often in life, people around us, whether consciously or unconsciously, set limits on what they believe we can achieve. These limits come in many forms: words of doubt, skepticism, discouragement, or simply low expectations. Sometimes, these boundaries are imposed by well-meaning individuals who want to protect us from failure or disappointment. Other times, they come from those who don't truly understand our potential or simply cannot see beyond their own fears. Whatever the source, these limits can weigh heavily on our minds and hearts, shaping how we view ourselves and what we think is possible. But the most important truth to remember is that these limits are not your reality unless you allow them to be. You have the power to break every single one of them. Breaking the limits others set starts with recognizing that those limits are their perceptions, not your truth. People tend to project their own fears and insecurities onto others, which results in setting boundaries that feel real but are actually artificial. When someone tells you, "You can't do that," or "That's too hard for you," they're expressing their doubts, not your capabilities. Realizing this distinction is the first step to freeing yourself from those imposed ceilings. Once you see that these limits are just opinions, you can begin to challenge them. Challenge yourself to question everything you've been told about what's possible for you. Push against the boundaries by setting goals that excite and scare you in equal measure. When you aim higher than what others expect, you're already breaking free from the box they tried to put you in. Breaking limits also means embracing discomfort and uncertainty. Limits often feel comfortable because they come with predictability and safety, but growth requires stepping into the unknown, taking risks, and facing challenges head on. It means learning to be okay with failure and setbacks because they are part of the process of breaking through. Each time you push past what's comfortable, you chip away at the limits others have placed on you, and more importantly, those you have placed on yourself. Another crucial part of breaking limits is cultivating a mindset of possibility. When you believe that your potential is boundless, you open yourself to opportunities that others might miss. This mindset isn't about blind optimism. It's about realistic confidence in your ability to learn, adapt, and overcome obstacles. It's about focusing on what you can do rather than what you can't. With this approach, every limit becomes just another challenge to solve, not a barrier to stop you. Support from others can be powerful, too. Surround yourself with people who believe in your dreams and encourage you to go beyond what seems possible. Positive influences reinforce your mindset and help you stay focused on breaking through, especially when doubts arise. At the same time, be wary of negative voices that try to hold you back. Protect your energy and remind yourself of your mission. Breaking limits is also about persistence. It's rare that a single effort will shatter a deeply ingrained boundary. More often, it takes repeated attempts, failures, and adjustments. The limits placed on you, by others or by yourself, are like walls built brick by brick. To break through, you need steady, consistent effort to dismantle those bricks one at a time. Each small victory weakens the wall until it finally crumbles. As you break these limits, you not only change what's possible for yourself, but also inspire others to do the same. When you push beyond the boundaries set by doubt and fear, you become a beacon of hope and possibility. Your example shows others that limits are not fixed, and that greatness is within reach for anyone willing to fight for it. Breaking the limits they set is about reclaiming your power and defining your own destiny. You are not confined by anyone else's doubts or fears. Your potential is vast and waiting for you to tap into it. By refusing to accept the limits placed on you, by pushing beyond what seems possible, and by persistently chasing your dreams, you prove that boundaries exist only where you allow them to be. Break those limits, and you break free to live a life that reflects your true strength and ambition.